Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jack Chang here and today we're going to do yet another property review. It is eNesta Kepong. So yes, this is eNesta Kepong. It's located in Kepong, of course. And we are just off Jalan Kepong. So that main road that you see there, that is Jalan Kepong. Yeah. And that MRT is basically MRT Jinjang of the Putrajaya line. This line, if you take all the way down, you reach Pesian KLCC in 10 stations. Yeah, and there's the pedestrian bridge to get across that main road, Jalan Kepong. But here, to cross over the other side, yeah, you basically have to walk across there. No pedestrian bridge here, but it's not as major as the other road, so it's safer. So going back to residency in eNesta Kepong, single block, consisting of 34 stories for a total of 258 units. At the bottom here, you have retail lots, 23 retail lots, 3 stories, ground, first, second. Number of it are already occupied. Even on the first floor, actually, you have I believe it's a daycare and a chiropractic center. So the car parks is above, up until level 7, and level 8 is your main facilities floor. So very interesting facade. It's not all dull. You know, you have these perimeters. You see the design, and this basically, if you see the units here, they basically have balconies. Okay. Compared to the project beside. The project beside is called Residency eNesta Kepong. This is a Residency Wilayah project, previously known as Rumah Wood. Different entrance, separate entrance. But to enter into this compound here, there's no access card. It's only when you turn up. So residents, owners, they basically turn up the ramp towards the inn there, and upon going up, you reach directly onto the 3rd floor, and that's where you scan in and tag in, and that's where you also have your security guard house. So if you are a visitor, that's where you register. So the smallest unit here is a 916 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and the largest is a 1,500 square feet, also 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So yes, without further ado, let's head in. Let's go. So walking in, retail lots. There seems to be a restaurant bar already in operation. Some academy upstairs. So the car park's at the end there. That's where you turn up for residents. The number of lots here, but it's rather limited, and I'm guessing this is actually meant for the commercial. So to head up to the first floor, you have a escalator here. But interestingly, right, to come down, you have to take the stairs, if I'm not mistaken. Because I don't see an escalator coming down. Or maybe you take the lift. But yeah, anyway, this is the lift lobby. This part is open, and to enter into this part, you have to tap. Let's head up. Okay, very interesting finishing. Copper. This is just brick wall actually, and then I think paint finishes. Give it that rustic copper look. Or is it the wooden look? Nevertheless, it's just a wall, so it's easy to maintain. Okay, let's head up. Stepping out of the lift, we are on the 12th floor. So the layout is rather unique. You got one long lift lobby. You have a unit here and another unit there, and you have 2 doors which leads to more units. Behind this door, I actually have 4 units. So this is the center area. The lift lobby is this side here. Yeah. Hope you have not lost me. So these are the units. 1, 2, 3, 4. The typical unit, the landing area is rather large, very generous. Look at the size. But for those 2 units that you saw, those 2 are actually the biggest units, but they don't have a center landing area. Look at the space. So yeah, I don't know how do I describe this layout of this building. So heading back out to the lift lobby. Let's check out the unit over there. So this is the unit that we will be reviewing. It's a type 4A, 1,400 plus square feet, 3+1 rooms and 2+1 bathrooms with a balcony. So remember, right, earlier in the video I was saying those exterior facade, you have a nice perimeter, those few units that have a balcony. This is one of it. So very interesting. Immediately here, your entrance, you do not have a landing area, just like the other units that I showed. But once you step into your unit, you got a long elongated walkway, mimicking that of more luxurious properties. Because this, if you ask me, I don't think so there's much you can do. Of course, the shoe cabinet will be here, and then from here cut off, it's a bit weird to have this as a a functional area like a study area or reading area. But perhaps you can do rug shelves, a lot of storage, a lot of shelves, and then mirror, I don't know. But behind me, yes, is the +1 room, either a storeroom or a maid's room. There's no windows, no ventilation. And there's no power points also. So maybe not the best to be a bedroom. This is a powder room because there's no shower points. Sorrento. Oh, this is a different brand. Econex. So that's the balcony. And this, once you step in here, you have your living, dining, and your kitchen. This will be your wet and dry kitchen. That door leads up to the yard. So because it's sunken in, right, you can probably do a U shape, and then the front here, probably a kitchen countertop island. This looks out to the internal area for the, which there, over there you have your other 4 units. Area for the washing machine. I like the windows, sizable, but the exterior facade is just Number one, it's blocking the window, so that's a bit weird, and it's of course blocking the view itself. And I don't think so it serves any function except purely for design. Let's check out the balcony. So the balcony is quite big, I would say. But again, this aluminium cladding, I don't really like it though. Don't think so there's any purpose to it. It blocks the view. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too familiar with this part of Kepong. Yeah. I know this is the MRT track, and that direction head towards city center. Yeah. Oh wait, okay, I think I recognize some of this. I think this should be the era. Yeah, I think so. Looks familiar. I remember the cascading building height. So it starts from lowest and then it goes up 2 stories, and then they are now developing the next 3 blocks. I think so. Yeah. But that should be Sentul already, I think. This is the... is it? Okay, no. I'm just gonna leave all this up. Not too familiar with this area. TV cabinet area, TV wall, dual inverter. I'm not sure if that is provided or it's by the owner. By the way, interesting to note that for this part, the kitchen, why it looked rather weird is because that it did not have tiles. Yeah, now that I come to think about it, that's the reason why it looked a little bit weird. No tiles at all. Tiles is and even for the bathroom, right? It's only partially tiled there, all the way. And I think, yeah, probably this is the bare minimum, because when you shower, right, you don't want to have a direct wall. And this part here, there's no wall, I mean there's no tiles at all. So it's probably wise you put a shower screen. Or your shower, I don't know, probably a door itself. You don't want to get the tiles wet over time and right, you absorb into the wall, then be damp. And that's where from mold and so on and so forth seeps into the other side. This wall, the height for tiles 4 feet is also rather low. The standard's always 5 feet. But not too bad. This part, I mean, you're feeling generous, you just do one custom made mirror, right? All the way. And do it flush with here. So here's okay, but I think you should do some treatment to this side. Then it will look better. It will not look so bare and naked. Guest room. This guest room has a huge window panel. This window panel is huge. And this looks out to this internal airwell, small internal airwell. This is, we didn't see this earlier in the video. So this airwell basically is right behind the lifts. This wall there that you see, I'm gonna do this. This wall here, this whole wall is basically your lift. Yeah, right behind this wall is your lift lobby basically. So right, this, to look into this air well is only for this unit and the unit beside. This small window here, you see there, okay, I'll point to the other side, there, belongs to your unit already, or did the unit beside. So this window is the entrance. After we enter the main door, right, there's one small window. That's the one. Yeah. So it's here's a very private window. You won't have anybody looking into your unit. Very interesting layout, I have to say. This is the other room. And again, this big window panel looks out to this air well. So in a way, you don't need to worry about privacy. You can keep this window always open, or rather, you don't need curtains per se. You know, for in case you are scared of privacy, right? No one's going to look in. It's just not possible from any angle. Yeah, the closest is that to look in, but at that angle it's not possible. So yeah, we got a big window panel. You can imagine it's not my head. Damn. Okay, so yeah, you can imagine higher up, much brighter. Again, we're only on the 12th floor. This is rather low, but if it's higher up, you get much more light. You don't need to cover it for privacy reasons. Yeah, because it's totally private. This is a storeroom. Interesting. So you got two storerooms. This is a very small storeroom. And last but not least, is our master. The master is a bit small in my opinion. And the layout also is rather awkward. I think I know why it's awkward, because they have this wall elongated, I mean extended up until here. If they were to remove this wall, don't have this, then I think it's much better. My opinion, yeah. If they can just remove it, maybe terminate it at here, that'll be much better. Then this can be your wardrobe, building wardrobe, and then towards there's a study table. So it's much more connected, I feel. So with this area here, this part, this small closet wardrobe area has a big window. Again, nice, very nice big panel windows, but the exterior facade, the cladding there, not the best of designs in my opinion. And this, the master bathroom. Oh, so that's where they put the aircon compressors. That's how you access it. You access it from here. The unit, and see, it's connected to the unit beside. So in a way, this is, you need to keep this always closed, because this is a sort of a common or shut aircon latch, if I understand correctly. The unit beside is just beside, you can see. Yeah. This 4 belongs to this unit, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you got another 4 beside. And this is the bathroom. So yes, this has to be always closed. So pretty much similar like the other bathroom. You don't have all the way to the top. And here is bare. Interesting unit, interesting layout. For the unit itself, 1400 plus. It's a 3+1, and yet one room, you know, that one, I'm not sure if you can make it into a proper maid's room. There's no PowerPoint, there's no ventilation, you know, there's no window. And the whole building itself, 10 units per floor, right? The layout is also very unique. Okay, so that sums up the review of this particular unit. If you're interested in this unit, do reach out to Mandy. Her contacts is below in the description. Now that we're finished reviewing this unit, let's head down and check out the facilities. Let's go! Stepping out of the lift lobby, we are on the 8th floor, which is the main facilities floor. Interesting. This door will be closed after 10 PM. Does that mean all the facilities here will be closed? Okay, anyway, yes, we'll start off the facilities on this side. You have a function room. I'll check out the function room later part. That's the access door. Quite a lot of the facilities are still not ready, which is a bit unfortunate. This is supposed to be a library, but it's quite a mess as you can see. Washroom. A better glimpse of the... So this part is supposed to be an indoor playground, and that side there, at the far end, that's supposed to be a library. I can see someone eating there. And you have the BBQ court. Sorry, not BBQ court. BBQ pit behind these metal steels. BBQ pit. Close that in. And here is a fun court. Yeah, I didn't mention badminton court because I don't think so you can really play badminton outside. So they call it a fun court. This function room doubles up as a sort of a work from home, so a chill lounge based on what I see. So there's someone inside, so we just have to be a bit mindful. So yeah, basically it's a big lounge. And towards there, you got some tables. Okay, if you want to work from home, you want to get some work done, more sitting here. Right beside it is the management office. This part's also cordoned off. So that's a reflexology prof. Okay, maybe I'll try to explore. Outdoor gym, garden gym they call it, and this thing, probably one of the more interesting facilities. Rock climbing, bouldering at an angle. Yeah. This flooring is padded, rubberized, but still not exactly safe in my opinion. I mean, if you go to proper bouldering sites, right, or rock climbing, right, they add that thick padded cushion so far. This probably, if this type of flooring, probably is okay to do up until the mid-range. Last but not least, my swimming pool. So this is the kids' wading pool, and up there is the main pool. So this is the main pool. Yeah. So yes, Jinja MRT station, just across the street. It's always very tough to record when there are people around. The gym, last facility to check out. Oh, by the way, there's also a sauna, if I recall correctly, somewhere near the library. Oh, it's the sauna here. Another bathroom. Oh, the sauna is here actually. Is this the sauna? Looks like it. Yes, it is. A simple sauna. So in terms of facilities, right, it isn't too bad actually. I'll say it's decent. It's just that for whatever reasons, the condition of this entire facilities floor is rather poor. And this broken glass. So I'm not sure when will they rectify this. And look at the top also. It looks like it's pretty rundown if you ask me. But at the same time, I understand this property just VP'd not too long back. Early this year. Just VP'd. Less than a year old. Gym is not too sizable, it's quite big. But number of equipments, maybe it's bad. Because again, it's only 250 odd units, right? It's actually sufficient. I mean, because of the layout, which is rather awkward, elongated. Yeah. Okay, nevertheless, yes, that sums up the review of this property here, eNesta Kepong. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. To me, the facilities all actually isn't too bad. And of course, I think the main selling point for this type of properties, right, is always the accessibility. And in this instance, for this property, it's only 10 stations away to Persiangi KLCC. Quite near, I would say. No, not too far. And you have a connecting pedestrian bridge across to that, so you have a safe pathway to the MRT station. So if you're interested to get this unit, again, do reach out to Mandy. Her contact is below in the description. And if you like this video or you find anybody who think would like or would need this video, please do share it to them. Last but not least, of course, do smash the like button. Do subscribe to my channel. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye!